Hello, welcome to Unitrends Enterprise Backup for Microsoft Hyper-V and VMware vSphere, the software-only solution for protecting your virtual and physical infrastructure. This video serves as an introduction to Unitrends Enterprise Backup, describing core features and providing a high-level deployment overview to get you up and running quickly. With Unitrends Enterprise Backup, you can run backups for over 100 versions of servers, storage, operating systems, hypervisors, and applications, including NAS, SAN, Windows, Linux, Mac OS X, Solaris, AIX, iSeries, SQL, Exchange, VMware, Hyper-V, and more. You can run backups as frequently as you wish to meet your company's recovery time and recovery point objectives. Backups can be run as often as every minute. Then restore from backups by selecting the desired recovery point. Choose to restore a file, folders, or the entire server. The choice is yours. We do it all. For virtual machines, choose to run agent-based backups, agentless backups, or a combination. As your business grows, so does your backup solution. Our simply scalable architecture allows you to scale out by adding multiple deployments, which you manage from a single pane of glass, and scale up by adding system resources such as virtual disks, memory, and CPU to your UEB deployment very quickly. For long-term retention, you can archive backups to removable media. All UEB systems support archiving to SAN or NAS storage. For VMware systems only, you can also archive to a tape drive or tape autoloader. To provide total site protection, you can replicate backups to an off-site vault system. You can set this up leveraging 2 UEB deployments at 2 separate sites, or replicate to the cloud using Unitrends Vault to Cloud service. The vault stores backup data for each protected client and the backup system itself, enabling swift recovery in the event of a site disaster. To quickly recover a server that is a protected UEB client, perform a bare metal restore. UEB supports dissimilar bare metal restores, so you're not bound to using certain hardware. Rather than waiting for hardware to arrive, do a P2V restore, using the bare metal from a failed physical server to spin up a virtual server equivalent. And for mission-critical servers, you can set up instant recovery for VMware and Windows systems to bring these systems online in minutes. Next, we'll take a look at the UEB deployment process. Note that this video provides a very high-level overview only. For more detail, take a look at the Deploying UEB for Hyper-V and Deploying UEB for VMware videos located on unitrends.com. As shown in this diagram, you'll start by checking that prerequisites have been met for your deployment environment. Then you'll download and run the install wizard, deploy and configure the UEB virtual machine itself, then configure the UEB system using the setup wizard, and finally register your system. You'll download Unitrends Enterprise Backup from the unitrends.com website, selecting Products, Unitrends Enterprise Backup, and Download Now. From here you'll find the 2 deployments for Hyper-V and VMware. And below you'll see links to the deployment guides that give very specific, detailed instructions on the ins and outs of deployments for each environment. And this is where you'll find the prerequisites that need to be in place prior to your deployment. To download, you'll click here and save the file to your workstation. Or, for Hyper-V, if you're deploying to a Windows 2008 or Windows 2012 server, or Windows 2008 R2, you must download to your Hyper-V server itself. And note that if you're deploying a Hyper-V system on Windows 2008 Server Core or Hyper-V Server 2008, you must download to another machine on the network and not the Hyper-V server itself. Once you've saved UEB to your workstation, run the install wizard. Next, you deploy and configure the UEB virtual machine itself. For VMware, you deploy the OVF template using vSphere Client, VMware Player, or VMware Workstation. For Hyper-V, you deploy as part of the install wizard steps. Next, you configure the UEB virtual machine onto the network within the Hyper-V or VMware environment. So you would connect to the machine and configure it onto the network using your vSphere Client, VMware Player, VMware Workstation, or Hyper-V Manager. Simply follow the menu prompts. Now that the UEB virtual machine has been configured on the network, you can access it from any workstation by entering its IP address into any browser. Log in as user root and password Unitrends1. When you log in for the first time, the setup wizard launches. Accept the license agreement and click Next. The next step is product registration. Although we recommend registering your system immediately, you do not need to register your product before completing the setup wizard steps. You have 5 days in which to register and license your system. When you click Next in the wizard, the product registration page opens in a new browser tab, and from here you would select to register for a free edition product that supports protection of up to 4 virtual machines, a 30-day enterprise trial that gives unlimited protection to physical and virtual machines for 30 days, the Enterprise Edition, where you purchase the amount of protection that you desire, or NFR license, which is a free lab version available to Microsoft and VMware certified professionals. If you don't want to make your registration decision immediately, just go back to the Setup Wizard tab and continue setting up the system. If you opt to register your system at a later time, click Register in the upper right corner at any point to get back to the registration page and make your selection. For more information on the Setup Wizard steps, see the video tutorial configuring the system with the Setup Wizard. Once you complete the Setup Wizard steps, you're ready to start protecting your data. Proceed to setting up backup schedules. For details, see the Backup and Schedules videos and the Unitrends Administrator's Guide. Thanks for watching. Welcome to Unitrends Enterprise Backup.